YouTube, we're back with another collab. I'm hella excited. Base face is done, including Scandinavia spray. We're going to put on a holiday cocoa. As I prime my eye, I'm going to do the introduction, but first I'm going to tell you what this collab is. And you see from the title, not too long ago, today is February 10th, not too long ago, actually I'll go ahead and prime my eyes now since I'm talking. And if I do the intro, I will. If not, I know most of you have heard it and can probably say it for me, but not too long ago, Fenty eyeshadow primer, a very long time ago. This is a fresh one, but I've been using this eyeshadow primer for years. Not too long ago, Lethal re-released their Wildflower palette and their Nightflower palette. And so Grace and I are going to do a look each in one video. So 2 palettes, 1 video with the palettes, just to give you some ideas of what you can do with it. And if you don't have the shades, I mean the palettes, you can possibly dupe it. The thing I will say with Lethal shadows, you might not have the high shine shimmer, but their mattes and even their metallics, they show up. So I'm saying that to say you may be able to dupe it or not. It may be a toned down version. If you don't believe me, check out my Pat McGrath versus Lethal video. I used the Nocturnal Nirvana palette on one eye and Lethal on the other eye. Y'all, Lethal kicked Pat's ass. I'm telling you, it was just like, whoa. But at the same time, I do like the look with Nocturnal Nirvana because it was that subtle grungy look, and y'all know I like grungy, whereas the Lethal came out like bright, bold. Yes, we're here. We ain't going nowhere. What you want to do, what you want to say. Sit down and skedaddle with your skediddles. Drink your water. Mind your business. And even me, I was just like, whoa, because I didn't expect it to be like that different. But I just brushed my eyeball. I really just brushed my eyeball. Okay, let me come over here. See, I'm just so excited. So I did not purchase, now this eye is tearing. I really like half brushed my lid like here and then like in my eyeball. I'm trying to look at y'all while I'm doing stuff, knowing I need to look and see what I'm doing down here. Oh my gosh, y'all. I really brushed my eyeball. Like my eyeball. Oh man. I did not purchase the entire Wildflower palette. I'm yelling. I'm excited and I'm hyped. I just got home like less than 10 minutes ago, so I want to just go ahead and get this done. But I'm excited because I'm always excited to use Lethal shadows. I only purchased 6 because when I looked at the entire palette, half the palette was really light. This is dry already. Oh my Lord. This primer is dry. Like you see it just like moving but not blending. I'm hoping I don't have issues blending out my primer. Oh shit. I mean the eyeshadow, and this is like already traveling from when I like rubbed my eyeball with the brush. Oh my gosh. This is dry. What I think is I needed to just buy a fresh one. This is a backup, so maybe it just got old. But then when I used it last time, like it was fine. But this, the shadow's going to stick because it's tacky, but it's not wanting to blend. So if I do have blending issues, it's definitely the primer. This eye is tearing horribly. I really rubbed my eyeball. So this is the palette that I have my 6 shadows in. This is my newer palette. This palette came empty in a large mystery bag, and the shadows that are in here, aside from the 6, these are the 6 from, sorry for the reflectiveness, these are the 6 from Wildflower. These are from the large mystery bag, and so I just put them all in here because I used to keep these 6 separate and then I mixed them with something else. But what we're going to use today, we're going to use Cyanus, Nightshade, Untamed. This will not be tamed. This takes over wherever you put it. And we're going to take Thorn. This is supposed to be UV reactive. This is a very, very bright pink. And we may use Wilted, not sure. But we're definitely using Untamed, Cyanus, and Nightshade, and Thorn. And I meant to do my lower lash line and my inner rims, even though doing that on this side might not be a good idea. But while we're doing that, we're going to do the intro. So thank you for being here. If you're new here, we're going to do lower lash line first with Sephora Ultimate Gel Eyeliner, waterproof, number 33 Fuchsia Shimmer. And for our inner rims, which may be a mistake, we're going to take Sephora Retractable Eyeliner, 12-hour waterproof, 04 Matte Terracotta. So, hello and welcome. If you're new here, like you see, sometimes I just jump in hot and then it just turns out to be a mess. But we're going to do, I don't remember this being this far up like that before. Okay. This might be a mistake. I call this the crazy trollation because even if I'm questioning something, we're going to do a look. The crazy is just enjoying doing videos, knowing it's okay to let your authentic personality shine through, not trying to pretend to be something or somebody you're not because you're overly concerned of being judged, which is what we open ourselves up to be when we do videos. You know, anytime you put yourself out there in the world to do anything, there's a potential. Some people may like you, some people may not like you, some people may not like you and keep quiet, some people may not like you and let you know that they don't like you. But just know it's okay to be you and not to be intimidated, not to be afraid, not to feel less than, you know, somebody else, or not to feel like you're not good enough. Be who you are and your people will find you. And that's the crazy part. Because some people really feel like, what you mean just be who I am? Yeah. Stop living up to other people's expectations? Yeah. And it may sound crazy because we're raised, do this, don't do that, don't say this, you know what I mean? And so we have to, you don't have to, but it helps to unlearn some of those childhood lessons. Yes, I am a clinician by education and trade. I have a doctorate degree in psychology. So sometimes I say stuff and my mind just goes that way, that self-help kind of way. And I do it for myself too. And that's why my intro is the way it is. So let's get back to it. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. This eye is tearing. This eye is not good. Not caring too much about me stammering and stuttering. And I do randomly belt, chick up, and gurgle in my videos too. That's completely unintentional. It's always a stammering and stuttering, but it happens. And this is all part of me, how I get and who I am when I get excited. And sometimes when I'm like pissed off, I'm just like, But anyway, not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. As you're watching beauty related content, try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to use, however you want to use it, to get your makeup on in the way that you want to. And I am so hesitant. This is so wet over here. Of course, it's my waterline. Yeah, it's going to be wet. Sometimes I don't understand myself. And I meant to do this before I prime my lids because my puff lid sticks to the mobile lid because my lids are hooded. So this part sticks under here. So it's kind of uncomfortable right now. Like I'm all sorts of backwards in this video. The bottom line here is self-acceptance and self-love. Embracing your natural features, enhancing them when you want to, if you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Never feel like you're not put together or you're not, you know, looking acceptable or, you know, well, they wear their makeup this way, so I'm going to do that too. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. That's what we stand for here. Just being yourself and rocking it and loving yourself for who you are, regardless of what you may think other people may think or say. I have to let you know, we are going to start with Cyanus, the shade here, but I have to let you know, I do curse on my channel sometimes. I think I might have said a few words already. This is going to innermost and outermost, and so you already know what kind of look we're going for. We're going to see if we're successful. Yeah, I do curse sometimes because I curse sometimes in real life. I do try to catch myself. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. It depends on my mood, how excited I am, or if I'm agitated, or if I'm just like really tired and my filter is almost all the way off, which when that happens, it can be like kind of scary because people are like, stay away from her because her filter's off right now. She will tell you what you think. And it's never personal, but sometimes it can sound like it. It depends on who you are. Like somebody can tell me that they don't like my shoes. And I'm like, okay. But some people, if you say you don't like their shoes, why are you saying I have bad taste in footwear? Like, I ain't say anything about you. I said I don't like your shoes. You see what I'm saying? Let me know down below if that makes sense. So some people take things personal when it's not. And I do know I have a way of saying things that sometimes people think is personal. Really, it's not. Like, it's not even, me being passive aggressive. It's just like, I'm not even talking about you. I'm talking about an inanimate object. It was some people, But anyway, so where was I going with that? I don't even know why I was saying that. I'm excited for this collab. Yeah, I'm completely switching gears because I don't even know where I was going with that. I'm excited for this collab for Grace and I to do these looks because we're giving you options. Y'all know hers is going to be like really bold. I think my looks are bold, but hers like knocked mine out the park. And I really enjoy her looks. I enjoy seeing the shape that she creates. I almost hit myself in this eye. The shapes that she creates with her eyeshadow, the boldness of it all, not being apprehensive about putting a bright shade like up here under her brow. I just love, like I'm saying, just wear what you want to and just rock it. Do something different. Be different, unless you want to be like everyone else. And if you do, that's okay too. Like, just be who you are. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm excited for this video because we're both doing one look each with these palettes. And even though this isn't the whole palette, the 6 shades I'm using are from the Wildflower palette. And also that from my standpoint, it is an option just to get the shade you want. Like, you don't have to buy the whole palette. I wrote down some numbers for you. Both the Nightflower palette, and I do, my label on it tells me what it is. Both of them are $52 a piece. If you buy them as a bundle, it's $91.80. And they do the math. So the website says it's 12% off. And there's a lot of codes out there too. When I buy from Lethal, I use Teresa's Dead, her code, which is garbage. And so, but I don't know if that works on bundles though. But whenever I buy, you know what? Sometimes the code takes off. Yeah, it does. The last purchase I made, it showed it took off 5%, and I was so excited about the purchase I didn't realize it. When I realized it later, I'm like, wait a minute. So I emailed them, and so they credited me the remaining balance because they were like, oh, thank you for bringing this to our attention. I'll send this up the chain in case, this glitch happened to other people. So Lisa was really good about making it right. Even when I had the brush situation years ago, we did some back and forth, but they made it right. And I knew I was going to keep buying their shadows anyway. But I just didn't want to be like, okay, I just wasted money on these brushes and they're falling apart. But they're like, if you have an issue with something, just stick with it. Because when I had said, I really feel like, I wasted my money on these brushes, the response back was, we never want our customers to feel that way. And that may have been what did it. I don't know. Because after that is when they said, we will give you partial credit back for the eye brushes. And so I'm not saying that's what it was. But they were like, we never want anyone to feel that way with our products. But with the discount, the 10% not coming off, when I'm like, wait a minute, that's 5%, not 10%. She was like, oh yeah, we'll credit your account for the remaining balance. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So if you buy the bundle, you save 12%, but just know you don't have to buy the whole palette if you don't want the entire palette for both of them. But seeing Grace's looks, you might be like, yeah, I want to get both of those palettes. But I'm glad they re-released them because I really like them. And I'm not going to buy new ones because Lethal Shadows, the PAO, the period after opening they're supposed to be good for at least, is 24 months. And so my Lethal palettes, these ones, they're still good for like at least another year. And so I'm like, I'm good. But yeah, so I got the shades I want. And so keep that in mind. Lethal palettes, except for the new one, Midnight Serenade, those are not removable. But there are other stuff. You can pick what shadows you want and build your own palette. And now we're going to take Nightshade, this, I'm awkward, this blue down here. And we're going to take a clean brush. These are Fenty 230. Yep, I remembered it just as I looked at it. And we're going to put that on the inside. Ooh wee. So what else? Grace. Y'all, Grace is so friggin' cool. She really is. And I keep thinking she's older than she is, because usually I don't get along well, I'm not gonna say I don't get along with people that's younger than me. Usually they end up fading away from me. And I think it might be the conversation, because I don't do a lot of fluff. Like, I don't do a lot of just surface stuff. And I don't go all in when I'm, first start chatting with people. But after a while, you move past, sometimes you move past just makeup. You know what I mean? And Grace and I, we've been rocking, for years. And it started with me winning one of her giveaways. And y'all know she does amazing giveaways. Some of y'all say I do. She do too. Like, she gives like a whole section in Ulta type stuff. And not Ulta the store, but she gives you like a big ass box of stuff. I had so much stuff, and I was very appreciative. And so we started chatting from that, because of course I'm like, we exchanged information for her to mail me the box. And then when I got the box, I was just like, and I did an unboxing video, messaged her, thank you so much. And every time I would use something new, I'm like, oh, I use such and such, I really like it. Or if I would do a video, I would tag her. And so we just stayed in touch. And then over the years, we still rocking. And I call her my late night, early morning chat bestie. Our time zones are an hour apart, and I'm nocturnal. And because of her work schedule, it might be 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and we're having chat conversations like it's noon and we're sitting at lunch. Like, no, I kid you not. Like, we be chatting up a storm, and this is at least a few times a week. And I really appreciate Grace. Like, when you talk about when people support their people, Grace is very supportive. And so when she be asking me, oh, we should do a collab, I'm like, okay, what you want to do? When you want to do it? What palette we using? And she has good ideas too. I don't really have good ideas for collabs and stuff like that, because I feel like I use the same stuff, which I do because I don't buy a lot of stuff. But it is just such a joy, to work with her and to do collabs with her, because I call it my late night, early morning chat bestie, because we be chatting, and it's not all just makeup. Like, it's also about life, and I appreciate being able to have those types of conversations. If you don't know, if you're not familiar with her channel, do check her out. Her looks are amazing. She does a lot of dupe videos, or you don't need this because you have something like it. Chances are, a new palette comes out, even if she has something like it, she'll get it just so she can show you comparisons to other stuff that she has that you probably already have. And some stuff may be luxury, some may be drugstore, some may be high-end, some may be in between. But she's going to show you some stuff. This is looking kind of, I don't know. Now we're going to take Untamed. Right down the middle. Ooh, I'm kind of scared. I don't know what I thought this was going to look like. I feel like I need, this shade. We're going to bring this up here, because this side seems to be further up toward the brow. So we did not add extra shadow on the brush. So we're just pressing in just to move that up. I'm surprised I'm not having issues blending my shadow, because of how the primer was like, we ain't moving. And this is the brush that had this shade on it, which seems darker in here, this shade. But once I blended it out, yeah, that's about right. And so we're just going to tap that up here. We did not add more on the brush. And then we're just going to sweep a little bit. So we're bringing it up just a little bit higher. Once you put Untamed on here, it's going to take over. Watch. When I used it before, I was just like, ooh. Whatever I put it next to, if I swept it over, like how I'll start, like, let's go back to the first brush. If I put that here and sweep over, you'll still see the darkness under here from that second shade. Untamed, that's all you're going to see. I did tap in lightly this shade right here. Untamed will take over. And so I do see the gradient. I do. I still want to bring this side up higher. This part of the video is taking me longer than I thought, because I'm running my mouth and we still have another look to do. So that one I will probably edit out a lot. We're going to go back with the brush that had the blue. I like keeping stuff in like this though, because you see the process, the going back and forth, and not just putting something on. I can see a line right here from the primer. Shit. I was going to say, where's the brush? and we already put, excuse me, some shadow on the brush, but we're going to put some more because it's very faint. You see that shine? That's untamed. So we're going to put more. I didn't pick out a, and we're going to just bring this straight down. Ooh, and we're going to go back and forth. Ooh. Of course, this idea came from when I did those last 3 skewer looks because we did the spotlight. And this is a dual chrome, multi-chrome, chrome, something. Look at that. It looks green. But look at it in the pan. I don't remember if I used this over a base, a shadow base to see. I seem to remember doing it over different shadow bases on my face, but I don't remember. This is taking on, it's turning green from this shade, which is Nightshade. Wow. If you're not comfortable with a technique, just keep doing it and figure out what you don't like. When I first was doing halos, the only ones I liked were the monochromatic ones because you can't mess up because all the colors blend together. And I realized I needed to do just a strip because I was doing the light shade from like here all the way to here. And because I have this puffiness, it was making it like stand out and protrude. And one day I said, you know, people just do a strip. Let me do that. I really like my halos now. And the first ones I did with the skewer palettes from DD's Signature, I thought it looked like a cat eye. And I was like, this is nice. We're going to take, I don't know if this is a good idea. We're going to take this brush. That one was a Esom V27. I think I'm gonna do an eyebrow, not an eyebrow, an eyeshadow brush video so I can stop saying what brushes I'm using. And I'm trying to get in the habit of saying the type of brush, but it's such a habit to say the actual brush. This is a slanted, I don't know, pencil brush, eyeliner brush. You can use it for carve out your brows. You can use your eyeliner here, eyeliner upper lash line. You can use it, you know, to do your lip line. But we're gonna use this with Thorn on our lower lash line. And I only just wanted to put this here to use it because y'all like this hot pink underneath. Yep, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So yeah, and I'm just pressing it. I didn't want to bring this far down. I did not want to blow it out because this is a bright shade. This is a bright shade. Let me know if you have lethal shadows. I know some of you do and some of you don't, and I know some of you are just waiting for something to create a BYOP palette, you know, remembering some of the comments that you've left. Wow, this shade, y'all, ain't no joke. And so I am just stabbing like the brush in it, and then I am tapping off. Building a palette, it is exciting, it's exhilarating, it's also time consuming, and it can be overwhelming. And what I like about the Lethal website is if you hover over a shadow, oh, this just got in my eye, a pop-up will come up, or if you click it, a pop-up will come up and it'll tell you, it'll describe the shadow and it'll show you a swatch. And sometimes if it's a dual chrome, it'll show you a couple swatches. And so that helps me when I create my palettes, but it is very time consuming. When you complete a palette, when you're building one, you do get a discount. Like you might get 30% off if you finish like a 12 pan palette. If it's a 9 pan, it might be a little less. If it's a 6 pan, it's less than that. I do recommend the large mystery bags. I don't know if I got an empty palette last year, but I did get single shadows in both of them. So that's a good way to try the shadows if you want. They are usually the more neutral. No, are they? No, because some of the shimmers, this eye is starting to tear more because I can feel it. We are going to take this brush. This is a Blend Bunny. It's just a domed shader brush. And we are going to take Wilted, this shade here. I'm not going to put anything up here because even though I can see that primer line right there, the rest of this looks like it blends in. The Fenty primer is called Invisipink. It does have, excuse me, a slight pink tint to it. And so that's what you're seeing right here. So that's no shadow, that's the primer. And even here you can see the line where the primer stops because it didn't want to blend anymore. But I don't think it's horrible. I do think it could pass. If I was out during the day, I think people would think that's the shadow, and it's the same. You see that blank space here and a blank space there. So at least it's consistent. So we're gonna tap and roll, tap and roll, tap and roll. And we're gonna put wilted underneath here for no other reason than just to put it under here. This is kind of a non-shade on me. Like, you see the shade, you see my skin tone. Yeah, sorry for the reflectiveness. But this is good for blending for me, for blending out. And actually, I am going to take this and we're just going to run it just under my brow. And it's not even making a difference. It's not even making a difference. Like, it's not even covering up where there's no primer. And it makes sense because there's nothing for it to stick to. Like right here, yeah. But like right here is nothing for it to stick to because there's no primer. Like right there, just under my brow. So as you see, it didn't make a difference. I don't think it made a difference. I really don't. But we're just going to feather just in case y'all see something I don't see. Because sometimes I don't see stuff until I watch the video back. And I'll be like, ooh. So I'm going to figure out an eyeliner to use. And do mascara. We're using a different MAC mascara today. The Fenty one finally died. MAC Stack. And this one says micro brush. I haven't had a micro brush one. The other MAC Stack one didn't say micro brush, and so I'm curious to see the difference on how that one works. And so we're going to figure out an eyeliner, and we're going to put the mascara on, still with our black lip. We're going to put that on, and then we'll stop stuttering. We'll be back with the finished look. This is the look, y'all. I was thinking I didn't have lower lashes. I'm like, this mascara is like making it look like I don't have no lashes. Look at my lower lashes. I'm like, yeah, it is. I don't know. I'm not noticing a difference between this one and the regular MAC Stack mascara as far as the wand. Unless the other one was just more tapered and didn't have the dip in the middle. I don't know. I do like it. Right now I'm still riding on the heels of the Hella Thick, which is a volumizing mascara. This one seems to be a lengthening mascara. But I do like it though. We did MAC's Matte Retro Liquid Lip Color in Caviar, which is black. And what we're going to do, and I believe I have done this before, we're going to take Untamed, this strip shade right here. We're going to tap it. We're going to tap the brush. Actually, we're going to swipe the brush. We're going to tap off, which we probably don't need to because it's going on the lip. Oh, man. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. And if my lips look crooked, they naturally are. And you see I didn't overline my lip line or anything. So, yeah, dark lip just accentuates that, except our features. I have crooked lips, crooked features, asymmetrical face. Now you see, oh, so you see how it looks up here in the center. And then you see how it looks over this. I'm swiping in again. So if a black lip stick is too much for you, or you're not ready to just do a black lip, y'all know if you've been here, my favorite lip color is black. Goes with everything. And it's that grunge, vampy, punk look that I like. So if you're not sure, ooh, that's bold. And it ain't nowhere near, the eye look is blue. But you know what? Excuse me for smacking my lips. And the more I put, the more green it look. And we gonna rock it. Ooh, this is electrifying. Look at this lip. So if doing a black lipstick is too much for you, top it with something. You can top it with a gloss, and I've done that in a few videos this month so far and previously. This lip do not go with this eye look at all. Maybe if I put another strip down the center. Where was that brush? That was this brush. So we're going to take, I don't think it's going to make a difference. I really don't. I really, really don't. That is not going to be green like the lip. Y'all, I'm telling you, Untamed is such a fun shade. It's taking on the characteristics of the color next to it. Because when I used it before, it was more purple. It was more something. It didn't look like this. This is so much fun. I'm not going to use that brush to sweep in between. I'm going to take a brush that had that blue, and I'm going to sweep. Because I don't want to take that center shade over it too far. Because Untamed will take over. I will put my Lethal playlist in the iCards, and link it in the description box. Putting it in the iCards, it'll show up down below the description box, but I'll put it in the description box as well. And you see, Untamed ain't blending. Untamed ain't no joke. Untamed, I'm pressing harder. I can't speak. I'm just like, we're going to take Untamed on the brush. No, we're not. We're going to take the brush that had wilted on it, and we're just going to go back and forth. Because I just want to blend right here because it's looking a little harsh. Like right here is looking a little harsh. I'm just trying to blend it because Untamed ain't no joke. Untamed is like, we're going to stay where we put you. I'm going to do a lot of editing for the next clip because this video, I don't want it to be super long. Because Grace's videos don't be long like mine either. Always blending good. And so I don't want mine to be like 50 minutes and hers to be like 20. But do check out her channel. Yeah, blended. So you see how now it doesn't look harsh. And this side looks blended. But look how it shines though when I turn. And look at this side now. You see it shining and then it don't go with the lip. But we got a bomb ass lip. A bomb ass eye look. And a bomb ass lip. Certain angles it goes because you see more of the green. Excuse me if you heard that in my throat. From that center shade. Like down here I'm seeing a lot of green in the center. So that makes it go with this. But, so again, these are the 6 shades from Nightflower. We have Untamed, Cyanus. This is Foxglove that we did not use. Thorn, Wilted, and Nightshade. So if you're interested in these, I do have at least, I think, 3 looks with just these 6 shades. That'll be in my playlist too if you want to see what I've done with it. And again, if you don't want the entire palette, just pick and choose. And you can do the same with the Nightflower palette as well. So thank you. Hang tight. You will see me for a look with my Nightflower palette for Wildflower. This was my look number 4. For my Nightflower, that would be my look number 3. Troll. You just have no control over your throat. No, I don't. Hang tight, you'll see me soon. Oh, and excuse me, because that was unintentionally rude. So hang tight, you'll see me in a moment. We are jumping right in. We have the same exact base face that we had on yesterday. This is my Nightflower palette. I already primed this lid, so we're going to do one eye on and one eye off. And this is what the inside of the palette looks like. Excuse me for the reflectiveness of it. We're going to take Twilight. I have the shadow names on here. I cut up the box because the shadow names were on the back of the box. So this is Twilight. We're going to take this and put this on the first quarter of the lid. This is a Fenty 230 brush. So this is just going to go on the first quarter. This is going to be a very monochromatic look. So I'm just letting you know that right now. And I know y'all like it, so it's all good. Now we're going to take Even Fall, which is this shade right here. That's a pretty shade. It is a dual chrome. This one right here. We'll see what it looks like on the lid. And I'm only needing to do like a few swipes, maybe like 4 or 5 swipes. And then we're going to start by just pressing. And then we're going to swipe a couple more times, tap off, and then sweep it. And we are overlapping with that first shade. So that's what this is looking. Oh gosh, this is very red and monochromatic. I'm tickling myself here. Now we're going to take Nox, and this is Nox, this shade right here, and that's going to go on the third portion of the lid. Y'all know I like color, and this is colorful. Very easy look, as you see, very monochromatic. When I turn my lid, you can see the shift in that center shade. I hope you can. I can. So I hope you can do. And so, and also hopefully I'll be able to get the other eye to look the same. I'm just tapping where the 2 shades meet because it doesn't even really look like it needs to be blended, but we're going to do a little blend up here. And I do have a shade to put in that area. This is a very purple look. Started out red, then it turned purple. It's all good. Now we're going to take Night Long, which is this shade down here. That's a pretty shade. Look at how vibrant that is. And so this is going to go on the outer corner of our lid. And we're going to start here and sweep this way. This helps me get my shape when I want it to look like this, hopefully I can get the other side to look like that. And then I'll use the tip of the brush to do some blending up here. And I don't want to do too much because I do have a shade to put up there, which I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't. We're going to sweep lightly in between, back and forth where the two shades meet. We're going to tap the tip of the brush in and get here near the lash line. Since we're using everything we used in the first look, we will be using that red liner again, which, I don't know, I think it'll look kind of funky in a good way because of this blue right here. But this is a nice look, a nice easy way to do a monochromatic look and add a pop for the outer corner. So it's kind of like, oh, that's cute. And then it's like, oh. And I just caught a glimpse of my blush. I went ham today with the blush by accident. But now we're going to take Lymphyte. And that is this shade right here. And this is a Sigma brush that Grace has sent to me. And we're just going to tap this under the brow just lightly because it looks like it would just blend in with all the pinks and purples on the first 3/4 of the lid. So we're just tapping lightly and we're going to just kind of bring it around here. Hopefully I can get the other eye to look the same. So we're going to stop here, and this is nice. And we're going to edit out everything on the other eye. And when we come back, we'll have the liner on, our mascara, our lip. Yeah, and that'll be it. What I forgot to do earlier, we're going to take Aurora, this shade with the thick smudger brush, and we're going to place this on our lower lash line. So we're going to place and blow out at the same time. And I wanted to do this just to have some more color for this look because I knew the top was going to be very monochromatic. And so we're going to put this here, and I'm going to edit out doing the other side. Then we're going to take a shorter, stubby, thinner smudger brush, and we're going to take Carcadian, this shade here, and we're going to put this as close to our lash line as possible. So just to bring some depth to the lower lash line while we still have the color down here. And I'm going to edit out finishing this and also putting this on the other side. I am going to do the liner for upper lash line and mascara and lip and come back. And when we're done, we really will be finished. This here is our finished look, and I am excited about it. I am glad that we went with the red eyeliner for the upper lash line. I'm glad that we put color underneath, and so it was sort of just like a hint of, oh, there's more. And as I was saying earlier, with the pinks and the purples, when you turn, you got this bright blue, this bold blue, which I think is gorgeous. I considered topping the lip with something, and I said no, but it would be easy to do that with any one of the lid shades. If you wanted to brighten it up, this inner corner you can put there. Should we do that? Let's just do that. And I already put that brush away. So let's just find another one of those brushes, and we're going to tap Twilight. Y'all got me over here doing stuff. So this is what we use on the inner portion of our lid. And I'm kind of thinking, excuse me for smacking, if we should do Even Fall, because that's a dual chrome. Let's take that one. I'm excited and I'm indecisive. So we're taking Even Fall, and we're gonna, oh, that's pretty. Now I'm like, should we do a two-tone look and put Twilight on the top? But we're not. This is nice. So again, oh. So again, if a black lip is too much for you, just try it and then just top it. So this shade is the one that's right here on the center over a black lip. Y'all, okay, let me just keep my thoughts together so we can end this video because it's super long. But let me know what you think of the look of both of them. So between both Grace and myself, you've seen 2 looks with Wildflower and you've seen 2 looks with Nightflower. Are any of them your vibe? And you know we're going to give you color. We know we like to do different things. And we both do non-traditional liner for our upper lash line, meaning not a brown or a black all the time. So she does do a more neutral lip than I do. So you got options. Let us know if you're considering getting either one of those palettes, Nightflower or Wildflower, Or if you're going to just try to dupe out the colors, because this is just pinks and purples and a blue. So, you know, you probably have them already. But do let us know. If you're here first, make sure you check her out. I will tag her below, and I'll put her video link below. Either way, get to her. And if you're here after seeing her video, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. To my new subscribers, I see you. Well, it's just like this, right? Where we go like that. But I see you. I see you. I just confused myself. I'm excited, so I'm kind of giddy. But thank you for being here, and thank you for indulging me through another long video. And do let us know in the comments under both of our videos, what do you think of our looks? And we hope that, well, I hope that you are enjoying the collabs that her and I are doing. And I'm going to go. I'm babbling. I'm excited. Thank you for being here. Subscribe, join, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you'll see me soon.